Hello, and welcome to this presentation on Michigan Online Resources for Educators, M.O.R.E, now empowering all learners. I'm Margaret Lincoln, Lakeview Schools District Librarian. I'm pleased to share with you here some of the highlights of a session which I gave about M.O.R.E at the American Association of School Librarians Conference in Minneapolis in October 2011. My co-presenter was Deb Biggs-Thomas, Michigan e-Library Coordinator. Today's presentation will consider the following. 1. The background of Michigan Online Resources for Educators and contributing partners to the project. 2. Navigation of the M.O.R.E portal and searching options. 3. Tools for curriculum support, lesson development on M.O.R.E. 4. We'll then look at professional development opportunities. And finally, number 5, we'll examine how M.O.R.E is being promoted in Michigan and beyond our state. Let's first consider M.O.R.E.'s background. It was formed from Michigan Teachers Network, MTN, a project of the M.O.R.E Network back in 2000. The Library of Michigan, Michigan Department of Education, and Wayne State University School of Library and Information Science joined to form a new portal in 2007. MTN became M.O.R.E, Michigan Educators Resources, and then M.O.R.E in 2008. MTN resources were first aligned to the Michigan content expectations that year. Thinkfinity.org from Verizon resources were added to M.O.R.E in 2009, and technology integration training began at that point. A good portion of M.O.R.E resources were first identified and cataloged by the Michigan Teacher Network project that was housed at M.O.R.E Network in Ann Arbor. MTN made some 7,500 recommended educational sites available. I was privileged to have worked on that original MTN project back in 2000, and I primarily cataloged French language and art resources. During that not-so-long-ago period, teachers faced the same challenges as we do in our present day. How can the growing number of rich and varied online resources be used to promote meaningful teaching and learning? You will connect to M.O.R.E from the homepage of Michigan e-Library, or MEL, Michigan's 24/7 online library available to all Michigan libraries from any place in our state, and that address is mel.org. The M.O.R.E portal uses CWIS software, which is part of the Scout Portal Toolkit. This is an open source solution that anyone can use to create this type of resource. Additional programming for the M.O.R.E portal has been provided by LearnGauge for increased functionality. By far, the largest number of M.O.R.E resources come from Verizon's Thinkfinity, previously known as Marco Polo. This partnership has brought in some 50,000 plus free instructional resources. About 1/4 of the resources have been aligned so far to Michigan grade level and high school content standards, and also now to Common Core state standards. The Verizon Thinkfinity content partners are recognized as the leading educational organizations within their content area. On this slide, you'll recognize Arts Edge, Econ EdLink, Excitement, Illuminations from the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, Read Write Think, Science Netlinks, Expeditions from National Geographic, the Smithsonian, and the Literacy Network. In 2009, as a result of an important collaboration with Gale Cengage, valuable database content was also made available on M.O.R.E. Teacher alignment workshops were held to facilitate the addition of the Gale materials, and here we see the display of a Gale Cengage article from the reference book Countries and Their Cultures, available on M.O.R.E through the database Gale Virtual Reference Library. We'll now hit the keyboard and look at how to navigate the M.O.R.E portal. A mobile version of the site is available, letting you access M.O.R.E from anywhere. M.O.R.E allows users to search several different ways. You can type a search term directly into the search box or choose to search by standards, browse by subjects, or do an advanced search. Search options are also available from the menu bar across the top of the page. It's important to log into M.O.R.E in order to put more tech into your teaching. Although it's optional, it is recommended that teachers create a free account. By doing so, users can access the lesson plan builder, resource locker, report broken links, and take advantage of the new technology built into the site. Even a basic search from the search box on M.O.R.E will give useful results. I've simply typed in immigration and see a list of results that are coded by resource type. American Immigration Past and Present is a lesson plan. We can click to view more details, add the resource to a locker, share on a social network, report a broken link, and leave a comment. This popular feature on M.O.R.E to share a resource is very much being used by teachers. There are 200 ways to share a resource, anything from Facebook to email to Twitter and more. When you share a resource, you are actually sharing the title, the link, and a brief description. Now, let's look at some of the main methods to navigate M.O.R.E. Searching by standards. This is the search option which will take you to the exact text listing of a selected content expectation. Click on a standard to expand or drill down through the content expectation. In most cases, there are multiple levels. When you get to the lowest level, there's a laptop icon to the right of the content expectations, and that means there's at least one resource associated within M.O.R.E. The number of resources associated with the content expectation is in parentheses next to the icon. On the right is a grade filter which will show only the content expectation for the selected grade. When you click on the laptop icon, a pop-up screen appears showing the resource or list of resources. You can click on more details or go directly to the resource. Clicking on more details will display the title, URL, source, partner if there is one, a description summary, subject classification, and resource type. Scrolling down further on the screen, we see keywords and content expectations. You'll also find the date that the record was originally added to M.O.R.E and when it may have been modified. Connecting directly to a particular resource means that you are leaving the M.O.R.E site. Another search method is browsing by subjects. This can be done by clicking on the Browse Subjects button or by clicking on the Search tab at the top and selecting Browse Subjects. Here we have clicked on Educational Leadership in our Browse Subject search. Relevant subject resources are displayed. To the right of each subgroup is the laptop icon with the number of items within parentheses. And we have further gone down to look at the subheading Assessment, for which there are 58 resources. Once the laptop icon is clicked upon, the display looks the same as with any other search result. The advanced search allows you to search by keyword, title, resource type, subject, source, and audience or grade level. Here is the actual resource obtained through an advanced search where we specified audio elements, lesson activity plans for World War II. We also had specified social studies as a subject and grade levels 9, 10, 11, 12. The newest type of search allows a teacher to do a text search across the content expectations. It can be accessed from the search menu. This is what the Across Standard Search screen looks like. Click on Show Instructions to see the instructions, and don't forget to type in the search term. If you don't click Show Resources box, you will only get standards instead of the resource icons, which take you to the M.O.R.E materials. Here are some results of an Across Standard search on Renaissance via English and Language Arts 9 through 12 and Social Studies 9 through 12. Curriculum support tools include the Resource Locker, Lesson Plan Builder, Collaboration Center, and the Thinkfinity community. The Resource Locker allows you to save your favorite resources for easy access at a later date. Comments added about a resource will appear in my Resource Locker. This allows teachers to share how a resource worked, ideas they may have tried, and what did not work. You can add, edit, and delete your own comments, but not those of someone else. System administrators can monitor comments for inappropriateness and spam. The username of the submitter displays automatically based upon login. A new spam catching feature has also been instituted on M.O.R.E. M.O.R.E provides a lesson plan builder. It allows you to easily incorporate standards that you are teaching as well as resources from within M.O.R.E and from elsewhere. The lesson plan builder is quite comprehensive and walks you through the lesson plan building process. You can use whatever parts of it you want and don't have to use all parts. I've used the Lesson Plan Builder as a curriculum tool for an instructional unit on using library databases that is part of the online information literacy course which I teach via Moodle at Lakeview High School. Another support component on M.O.R.E is the Collaboration Center. There's a link to this center from the Tools top menu bar. On your first visit, you need to set up a free account. By joining EdWeb, you'll not only be able to communicate with other Michigan teachers, but you'll be linked to educators beyond our state. The Collaboration Center provides a way for educators to support one another in teaching to standards, in creating lesson plans, and in sharing information about the use of M.O.R.E resources. The Collaboration Center has been created under the auspices of EdWeb, so various Web 2.0 tools are available, such as the M.O.R.E blog, discussion forums, a shared calendar, documents, live chat, polls and quizzes, and a wiki. Professional development is available through several avenues. You may contact a trainer or participate in online training. You'll find contact information for some 200 tech integration trainers in Michigan. These trainers are volunteers, so you may need to have some flexibility. In order to take the training, you must be logged in. Here's a look at the starting page of the M.O.R.E Technology Integration Training module. The course includes an overview and 3 lessons. You'll learn to use the Thinkfinity integration framework to create an instructional plan so as to engage learners and to enhance student achievement. The course is self-paced and uses a variety of learning strategies, including content presentation, online activities, sharing with other participants, and completing a project. Here is my certificate of completion. You can see that M.O.R.E is being promoted with various educational groups throughout our state. K-12 teachers and school academic public librarians. M.O.R.E is being introduced to curriculum directors, principals, superintendents, and school board members. M.O.R.E is an excellent resource for homeschool families. Education school faculties can inform their pre-service teachers about M.O.R.E so they can hit the ground running once they're in their own classroom. Marketing is accomplished by means of contacts with professional associations, establishing a presence at conferences and exhibits. M.O.R.E is further publicized through the publication of articles in print and online journals. Most importantly, M.O.R.E and MEL have a growing presence on social networks. M.O.R.E on Twitter has an increased number of followers. A 2-minute overview video was recently posted on the M.O.R.E portal. Together with MEL coordinator Deb Biggs-Thomas and M.O.R.E project manager Barb Fardell, I gave a grassroots presentation at the American Library Association conference last June 2010. I had an article published in the November 2010 issue of Knowledge Quest about my prior experience of serving as a digital librarian for Michigan Teacher Network, M.O.R.E's predecessor. And again, Deb Biggs-Thomas and I presented a M.O.R.E session at the 2011 American Association of School Librarians Conference. Beyond Michigan, there are important state initiatives to watch. The Pennsylvania Standards Alignment System, SAS, is an important collaborative project of research and good practice. Ohio Resource Center, or ORC, enhances teaching and learning by promoting standards-based best practices in mathematics, science, and reading. ORC serves as a trusted source of easily accessible, peer-reviewed, high-quality, and effective resources. GeorgiaStandards.org offers educators the right tools for easily building standards-based instructional plans, as well as immediate access to the materials aligned to the standards. Please don't hesitate to contact me with questions about M.O.R.E. You can also be in touch with Deb Biggs-Thomas, Barb Fardell, and Karen Hairston. Thank you, and best of luck with your work to provide online curriculum resources in support of meaningful teaching and learning.